Okay, so Andor. To me, one of the more realistic of the Star Wars movie because it's actually gritty. It goes a little deeper into actually character. How do you balance that with trying to create this great gritty world, but also it's Star Wars and it has to be this stunning visual world too.
Yeah, a lot of that is approach shots. So I like somehow if you go through like all the history of Star Wars, there's always like this big planetary establishing shot, and that winds up being your big Star Wars moment. And then once they're on the planet talking about stuff, then all of a sudden you're into the character world, right? But Andor is that on steroids. So you'll have a big shot of Yavin, and you're like, oh, there it is. There's my big adventure shot, right? And then your big theme, you play it loud, big orchestra. Bring in the trumpets, bring it. Okay, and then, or if it's Mina Rao, you have a big shot. Then you come in, and then with Andor, you take it all the way down to like some very deep, hardcore interpersonal stuff going on, or big political or espionage. So I think the difference with Andor and other Star Wars is the dichotomy between, let's say, traditional Star Wars musical elements and the more grounded moments are very extreme. Those differences are compounded in Andor.
And my one question is do you want to know the whole arc of the season?
Yes.
Because I know some composers prefer not knowing from episode to episode. You want to know the arc so you can kind of arc your character themes and all of it throughout the season.
100%. So I had, and normally that doesn't happen in TV because they're still editing. You might read the script, but it's not the same as seeing the footage. And so before I met Tony Gilroy, I got to see all of season 2. It's all 12 episodes. And I was really sick. I was really sick, and I just binged them in like 24 hours. And then I had the meeting with him to see if I was going to get the gig. So in that time, I saw the full arc. I got to take in what my job was going to be in terms of the magnitude of what the mountain that had to be climbed. And then I was going to meet Tony Gilroy, who's I was scared to meet anyway. And so I get on the Zoom, and I think he saw in my face right away. He's like, "It's gonna be all right." I'm like, "Okay." And so I think that was like the moment when he's like, "Listen, I have come on gigs where I was coming on. Everyone else, it was a well-oiled machine. It's gonna be fine. I've listened to your stuff. We're good." And then that was kind of the moment where I calmed down and I said, "Okay, let's talk about the project."
Last quick question. How many times a day when you were working did you realize, I can't believe I'm working on Star Wars, John Williams original?
I know. Yeah, it's. I think the moment that hit me the hardest was the TIE Fighter sequence. Yeah. So which is episode 1. So I once the TIE Fighter showed up, I was like, wait a second, I get to score a TIE Fighter chase, man. Like this is not many people have had a chance to do this. So I just felt honored to be a part of that lineage and to be connected with the people who have worked on Star Wars projects. It's very humbling.